What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. And today we're going to be looking at how to import a car from Japan. Okay guys, so welcome to the channel if you're new here. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back, or a follower, okay? And we are going to be covering today how to import your own car from Japan. So I've had a few people ask me, how do you go about it? Is it a difficult process? What are the costs? All these sorts of things. Is it better ultimately to do it via importing the car from Japan rather than buying one in this country? So today we're going to cover everything that you need to know. Okay guys, so the first thing you need to do is find a company who you're going to work with to basically help you to import the car. So for me, I worked with JDM Garage UK. There's loads of different companies in the UK, but for me, I worked with those guys. They've got a good reputation, and after I spoke to them for a little bit as well, I really liked the way they worked. So, like I said, I worked with JDM, and the first thing you have to do with them is you kind of have to show that you want to do this. You want to take the plunge, should we say? And you basically pay a £500 fee, which is their admin fee, for them to do all the work. So that's pretty much all you're actually paying them directly to help you finding a car and all those sorts of things. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is, once you're working with the company who you're working with, and I'm going to show you how we did it with JDM. Basically, you then go onto the website, or they might be able to find cars for you. JDM are really up to date. So they have a really cool website, which I'm going to show you. And that is how you can look for cars, put in your specs of mileage you want, the grades of the car, which relate to whether or how good a condition they are, whether it's good or bad, and those sorts of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you guys a spin around here. Excuse the cat in the background. So, as you can see here, put in JDM Garage UK, and if I click on there, it comes to their page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to buy from Japan. There's just that section up there. And then it brings me back to here. And this is where you can obviously put in a deposit and things like that to be able to do it. So you go down to where it says Our Service and start searching Yahoo auctions. So I'm going to click that, and it should open a separate page for me. Okay guys, so hopefully you can see this. So this is basically what you're going to come up with now. So I went to, and I used the Japan car auction section on the JDM website, which is really good. So it's all kind of done on their website for you. First thing you can do is you can actually sort of get a rough idea of how much it's going to cost you to get a car, basically depending or with a rough idea based on what you're spending on purely the car itself at auction. So let's say we spent yen, okay, at auction. For a car that's going to be yen, which is £5,346.90, okay, with all the other fees, which is shipping, insurance, the JDM fee, which is $799. So I said it was £500 when I used it, but their fee's slightly gone up. Auction fees, the subtotal there is 836773, but then you've got import duty, VAT, freight clearance, etc. So for a car that is £5,346.90 at auction, is going to cost you to fully get into this country $10,781. So let's just say it's around double. So if you bought a car for 10,000, I'm assuming, so that would be, if I just double that to 2 million, a car that costs you just over 10 or 10.5 grand is going to cost you £18,000 to get it into this country. So this is really good, this calculator. You can have a rough idea, and then it's really good and easy for you to get an idea of budgeting you and your, the car and what you want to be able to afford. So go down a bit further and click on Go to Auction Search page, and then it should bring you here. And this is going to give me the next few auctions that we've got coming up. So we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And in here, I'm going to just put in Mitsubishi, because obviously that's what I did when I got mine. And I'm going to go down to Lancer, because it's not under Evo, it's under Lancer. I'm going to put in the shift, which is manual. And I'm going to leave the grade blank, but you can have a grade from 4.5 down to 0. 4.5 is the best. 0 is really bad. Honestly guys, my opinion would be always try and get a 4. unless you're willing to do some of the work yourself. And let me tell you now, some of these grades, even though it's a 4, mine was a 4, the chassis rails weren't a 4, let's put it that way. So there sometimes are hidden gems. That's the risk you take with getting a car from Japan. But let's leave it blank and say search. And it's going to give me hopefully a little list of some Evos if there are any up in the next 4 days auctions. There we go. And we've got 12. So we've got Evo 9s, 5s, 4s. There's an 8 MR. Which is an I think is an R, so that means it's probably like repaired, so obviously it's been damaged before, it's been in an accident. So JDM will talk you through all this, but let's click on this one here, which is an Evo 10. Its average price of sale is 5 million yen, which is going to be quite a lot, probably about 20 to 25,000 pounds, and that's before you've imported it. Then you've got the starting bid, the grade, 42,000 kilometers, which is what, like 35,000 miles on the clock, which is really good. So it gives you some info. So if you then find something you like, once you've done all this, the next thing you would do is contact JDM and they will start putting bids on for you. Okay guys, so once you've won a car at auction, JDM will then do everything for you and they'll just keep you up to date with it. So they've got an agent in Japan who will basically go collect the car and take it back to their yard, and they'll look over everything. So they'll look at the outside and look at the underside surface stuff. Okay, they're not going to start dropping out subframes and things like that, and that's where I'm going to cover the hidden gems in a bit, which are the things we noticed that were wrong with my car. Okay, so they'll then deal with getting it onto a ship, and this can be really, really quick, or it can take quite a while, because a lot of the time they're only looking for like one space. So sometimes you have to wait, and I had to wait a long time for my car to get here. It was about 5 months, whereas sometimes people can wait 4 to 6 weeks and the car's going to arrive. It depends on, you know, ships and times and other docks they've got to go to and all these things. Once it gets here, JDM will pick it up for you from the docks, and they'll keep you up to date, and they will be sending you pictures of things like this. So this was pictures of mine right here. As you can see, picked up from the docks, and obviously from there it was transported over to where they're based, their warehouse and their offices in Devon. So once it was there, it's then the case that you have to start doing a little bit of work as well. So you have to obviously get your V5 application sent in, and one of the things you need for this is preliminary insurance. So you have to be able to show that an insurer will insure you and insure you with this car in the UK. So I think Admiral are pretty good for this, and A-Plan are really, really good as well. You get like a cover note, and then you send that off with your V5 application, and that will show you can insure the car in this country, and they use the VIN number and stuff like that as well to do it. While that's happening, JDM Garage's mechanic will take your car, and this was a lad called Connor, really, really, really good, really helpful, and he'll look through all of the depths, and this is where we found problems with mine. So the first thing we found was this, and this is my AYC pump in a very bad condition, and basically Connor took it out and sent it off to a refurb company in Wales, so not too far from those guys, and they got it refurbed, and this is what it looked like after. And then, as well as that, he'll deal with putting a fog light in, because the fog lights, sometimes in Japan they don't even have them, sometimes they're a little bit different. And then also dealing with putting a resistor on. So the resistor will just sit on top of the, I think mine sat on top of the gearbox from memory, and it just gets welded on. And what it does is it literally changes the speed at which the dial moves up the speedo. So it changes it from kilometers an hour to miles per hour. So even though I've still got like kmh or whatever it is on my dial, it now reads in miles per hour. So they'll get all of that done for you. And then whilst he was doing that, they also dropped out my subframe and found my chassis rails were buggered. So that was fun. So we had to get all of those welded. So this is where I want to tell you guys, even if something's a grade 4, it doesn't always mean it's going to be perfect. It's probably going to have some hidden gems, because trust me, mine did. The AYC pump, which was okay, but the chassis rails, getting those repaired, it was cheaper to get them repaired than what it was to get new ones in. But yeah, it was a bit of a hidden expense we did not think was going to happen. Anyway, Once it's all done, they'll get it all MOT, passed through the MOT and all these sorts of things, and service and oil, and they'll give it a full service and a full rundown and a full check over. And again, these are things you're going to have to obviously pay for. Then the car is ready, and that is pretty much it. And then you can go and pick up your car. So, simply put, what are my thoughts on it? I absolutely love my car. It's a very rare colour for the Evo compared to a lot of other Evos in this country. And even though they don't salt the roads, it's a 20-year-old car. The rear chassis rails have probably never been touched, so it is what it is. But it was a really, really good condition, and it still is, obviously. And I just found the JDM guys were really, 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 really helpful. So if there's something that you want to have a look at importing, in my opinion, just go on their website and have a look through, because you can get an idea of price and stuff like that. Some of the cars are more expensive to get over from Japan, but you know, like that Evo 10 that I just showed you there is probably going to be in really, really good condition in reality, and it's probably not really going to have much rust, and it's £18,000 to get it over. And honestly, I think mine probably cost me around about that to get it over here and everything all in and all done. It was probably around that much, and there were Evos going for that price in this country, but I really wanted one that was, you know, Japanese imported, because I thought it was going to be in a better condition. But I just wanted to run through that today, because some people have asked me, can you do a video on how much, what are the costs, is it difficult, is it stressful, those sorts of things. Honestly, the biggest stress I had with importing my car from Japan was waiting. And that's because we were going through COVID and lockdowns and ships. People working on the ships were getting COVID, so they couldn't leave the docks and they had to wait. And that's why it took me so long to get mine. But usually nowadays, with the world open up again, it's a lot quicker. And JDM are really, really good at helping you find one if you want to go through the importing you know, ways of getting your dream car, your dream JDM car. So please check out their website. I can't recommend them enough. If I was going to import again, I would use those guys, because they were just really, really good, really helpful. The fact they've got an agent that side is really good, because some companies in the UK, you have to find an agent in Japan, and you're kind of working with two separate companies. So the Japanese company will deal with getting it to the port and exporting it, and then the UK company will deal with it only when it lands here. So what I had updates from JDM throughout the whole thing, telling me where the boat is. They even sent me a thing where I could track the boat on this website to see where it was, what harbour and stuff it was at as well. So it was really, really, really good. They got it all ready for me when I went and picked it up, all washed, all cleaned, and the service was brilliant, and the hospitality when I got there as well to pick it up from them. So if you're interested in getting one, or having a look at getting your own car from Japan, check out JDM Garage. A link for them is in the description box below. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. Let me know if you have. Let me know if you're thinking about getting your own JDM car. But until next time, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.